Hello, in-person and virtual guests, and welcome to the newly renovated Green Room 42. Here's a few things to note before we get underway this evening. If you'd like to place an order, find one of our lovely servers floating around, or simply turn the lamp on your table off to signal you need help. You can do this by tapping the button on the top or turning the knob on the side. Our gender-neutral restrooms are located out the door you entered, down the hall, past the elevators you came up on. Located conveniently on the floor across the hall. The use of photography or recording of any kind is strictly encouraged. So tag us at the Green Room 42 and give us a follow for early access to all the amazing shows we have here. Take a look around the room at the over 1,500 handwritten names of artists that have performed on our stage. Maybe you can even find yourself. At the Green Room 42, there is no food or beverage minimum, and we always have a ticket price lower than a student rush ticket so that our audience can be as young, artistic, and diverse as the work we put on the stage. While there's no minimum, there's also no maximum. So sit back, drink up, and please welcome to the stage the reason you're all here. We've battled monsters before.
I'm running past the scorched tree with a mountain in the distance to the right. I take a few more steps and then I see it. A magic window like a fracture in reality. A crack in time and space that seems to breathe. I feel it. It floats there in the tree with energy that's beckoning to me. And while I feel a bit of fear, I take it all inside.
Welcome to The Whisper.
The Whisper is a tear in reality sitting on a tree branch in the middle of a forest at the base of a mountain not far from here.
It is said that in The Whisper, all of time exists at once. It is a powerful place, more powerful than we'll ever know.
Why? Well, to experience time not as a line or as a road, but as a place, decorated in the paint and glitter of each and every moment you've ever experienced, that's powerful. I'm not stepping through or past my moments. I'm standing in the middle of them all. I'm standing here surrounded by my springs, my summers, winters, and my falls. I'm standing here surrounded by my moments. It's twisted and a bit out of control. And each and every moment dances all around, sashaying through my soul. And that's the power of the whisper, and every single blink I seem to see. I'm 15, I'm 18, I'm 23. All these moments blur in my memory. Something good happened, something bad happened, something that I never had attempted had to have happen. It's all confused and jostled inside me. And I am 15, 18, 23. I blink and I'm thinking about chicken. I blink and I'm thinking of ice cream. I blink and I'm rescuing somebody who I knew once from a dream. I feel the power of the whisper, and every single blink I seem to see. I'm 15, I'm 18, I'm 23. My age is wrestle and I'm the referee. Something sad happened. happened, something rad happened, something that I totally remember had to have happened. It's all at once and all a part of me. And I am 15, 18, 23. I am 15, 18, 23. I am 15, 18, 23. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Justin.
I'm Rheanna.
And welcome to We've
We
Battled
Battled
Monsters
Monsters
Before
Before
in
in
concert
concert.
at the Green Room 42. This is so cool. I don't live
Welcome.
here, so this is like, this feels amazing already. Cool. I mean, so thanks for being here. So We Battled Monsters Before is a musical that we created. It was originally commissioned. Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. Live stream people.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Live stream people, make some noise. You sound great. I know you're out there, Mom. Hi. We Battle Monsters Before was originally commissioned and produced by Arts West Playhouse and Gallery in 2021 in Seattle, Washington. Yes, they're really good at commissioning new work, and that's why I love it there, because I get to write musicals for Seattle because they let me do it as a job. So I wrote the book, music, and lyrics for this musical, and Rheanna is, I say writing collaborator, Rhinebeck Writers Retreat says dramaturg.
That was wild.
And then we also say like cultural consultant and linguistics department.
Thank you.
Because,
Thank you so much.
because while we're both Filipino American, I don't speak Tagalog.
And I know a little bit.
She knows enough that I could put it into this play. So she's our translator. We Battled Monsters Before is a memory play that is bookended by a present-day young woman named Adarna, played by Rheanna Atendido, who's recalling kind of pivotal moments in her life that all seem to blur together. She starts to show a little disoriented, and she needs to remember all these moments in order to figure out really who she is. She learns, she comes from a long line of Filipino spell-casting warriors, they're a family who spent generations protecting the Pacific Northwest from like otherworldly monsters. And they also live near this location called the Whisper in the middle of the woods. It's a mysterious source of magic where all of time intersects. It's said that all of time exists at once in this place. And this family is the last of this line of spellcasting warriors. So Adarna, her older brother Diego, and their Lola, their grandmother. And Lola is currently the leader of this family now that Adarna and Diego's parents have passed away. Cool, that's like the gist, and then we're gonna take you through it, you know. We just got back from Rhinebeck Writers Retreat last week. We spent the week there, it was freaking amazing. We worked on the show. We hadn't gotten to work on it for like 2 years. So it was really nice to have this moment and to like take time to write next to a lake with like swans in it. That was like weirdly inspiring. And now we're just gonna like share this story with you. We're gonna skip through some things. It's like we only have like, yay amount of time. So we're gonna share the story with you, including the very first draft of a brand new opening number that we just wrote like 4 days ago. Because fun fact, the song that we just sang for you is cut. We love that song. It was a really cute way to start the show, and we're like, this is like not the vibe. This is like our vibe as humans, but the show is like the show's a modern myth, and it like deals with family dynamics. It's like a therapy session for both of us when we perform it, and we're like, you know what, 15, 18, 23, like doesn't give you that.
No.
It like doesn't tell you like this is gonna be a therapy session.
It's like the one happy song.
So we're gonna share with you the first draft of a new opening number. And we're gonna read a couple scenes sometimes. We're gonna sing you a bunch of songs. Here we go. Open your minds, open your hearts, and get ready for this like sci-fi fantasy myth about a complicated family and an eternity bird who lives in a location where all of time exists at once. It's really standard
it's,
stuff
you
that
know,
we're working with here.
Classic stuff. We begin present day at the Whisper. Adarna is returning from a vaguely familiar place, and she's met by a vaguely familiar person. Her memory's a little foggy, so the person tries to help jog her memory.
Remember, you come from a line of tradition, a legendary legacy. A family that moves through the shadows, protecting the ones who don't see. You rescue those people from monsters, and then you wipe their memory. But you remember, you had an instinctual talent before you had even turned 9. And you understood that a magical spell required careful design. Incantations spoken in Tagalog with some sort of food intertwined. Do you remember?
I think I remember some garlic and ginger and bay leaves and lime. And also experimentation outside of the set paradigm was not something I feared. And I had a brother. My brother was older. My brother and I used to fight all the time. And time is a little bit weird, isn't it?
You battled monsters, serpents, ogres,
Squirrels.
Ha! You remember the Squirrel King? I heard that was crazy.
Remember a giant, a wolf, and a bird. We now follow Adarna into her memory as she recalls her life, starting with her first visit to the Whisper with Lola and Diego, following their parents' funeral. She is 8, Diego is 9, and this is the first draft of a brand new song led by Lola.
Right at the scorched tree, left at the waterfall. Follow the creek where it meets the river. Turn till the peak of the mountains at 2 o'clock. Don't forget. Promise me you won't forget.
Said those words 100 times. I thought it was a nursery rhyme, but every step had marked a sign that led us here.
Listen to Lola and listen carefully. You never know when you might need it. So as you grow, you must repeat it now after me. Right at the scorched tree,
Right at the scorched tree.
left at the waterfall. Follow the creek where it meets the river.
Follow the creek.
Turn till the peak of the mountains at 2 o'clock. Don't forget. Ako sa akin, hindi mo makakalimutan. Promise me.
She seemed so upset and sad. We barely buried Mom and Dad. And then she told us both she had a plan for us.
I'm going to teach you a spell that we will cast. A spell to ensure the memory of your mom and dad will endure the years and last beyond the wood, beyond the trees, the dark, the light, the bad and good. And you'll remember why we fight. You can't be lost when you recall what they went through and what it cost. This way it won't happen to you. Lola teaches them how to cast a spell. She uses food, in this case pandesal, which is bread rolls, from Mom and Dad's funeral. She uses magic words to bless the pandesal,
Huwag kang kalimutan.
which means
Don't forget.
Lola says, now eat.
Do you always have to eat the food?
Not always. Sometimes you just crush it or sprinkle it. For remembering, we have to eat. Remembering them will help you learn. Even if they're not here to teach you, there are still lessons in our memories.
This is where it started. Lola cast a spell to make sure we remember everything, the joy and the pain.
This will be good. Now it's just us, and we have done just as we should. A spell can never be undone, so we go on. No matter how hard we must climb, we will remember all they taught us and all the things they could have taught us.
They had more time.
There's nothing but time here in the whisper. You and your sister both will learn.
Both?
Diego says, me?
I thought magic was passed down from mother to daughter.
Lola says, we're changing it.
I remember this. I remember thinking, now it's me versus him.
The first draft of a new show, new song. Thank you. Woo! That was our first time performing that. That's
Hey.
cool. Yes. Okay, cool. So, story. All right, so now present-day Adarna is taking us through her memories. So flash forward to 15-year-old Adarna, driving Diego to the Whisper. Diego was wounded from a battle with a Squirrel King, which is a huge giant monster made up of hundreds of squirrels. Squirrel King. So, while Lola is held up wiping the memories of any witnesses in the battle, Adarna plans to cast a healing spell with lemons. As she builds the spell, she sees in the Whisper, in the middle of the tear, a magic bird. The bird is mysterious, and it flickers away into the ether, but Adarna somehow feels empowered. What is that?
Lemons, what does it look like?
Adarna, we have to wait for Lola.
There's no time. She's not gonna get here fast enough.
So what? What's your plan?
A spell to heal you.
No, Adarna, you can't. You literally can't. You're not ready. You don't even know Tagalog.
I know enough Tagalog. And for the stuff I don't know, there's Google Translate.
You're gonna Google a spell?
Pagalingin ang mga sugat ng lalaking ito.
I'm gonna die here.
Don't be an asshole.
Hey, language.
I can say asshole. I'm 15.
Well, I'm 16 and you have to listen to me.
Hold still. She squeezes the lemon juice over Diego's wound.
Ow, what the hell?
Pagalingin ang mga sugat ng...
Trouble. That's all you are.
Asshole. Ito.
Very mature. Diego's wounds heal. But suddenly, his hands start cramping and crunching into paws. What exactly did you say?
Pagalingin ang mga sugat ng lalaking ito.
You didn't say lalaking, you said...
Asshole.
Asshole. Asshole. You said dog, you asshole!
Just as Diego's body starts twisting and transforming into the shape of a wolf, Lola arrives and does her best to help.
As soon as a spell is spoken, its power is respected. A spell cannot be broken, but can be redirected. Ang aso lamang sa liwanag ng buwan. It will leave for now, though it is never gone.
Lola redirects the spell so that he only changes into a wolf on the full moon.
But anak, don't be afraid. I am here to hold your hand through the biggest mess you make. I will always understand, and that goes for us all. If any of us fall, we know what we will do. You will rescue Lola, and I will rescue you.
It isn't even fair that I am told to practice while I stay inside. It isn't even fair that I am grounded. I'm the only one who tried. You almost died. Is it too much to ask for someone to thank me? 'Cause I turned the tide. I locked up death's door and I threw away the key. Silly me that I saved your life. I thought I rescued you. Stupid me, you call me trouble, and it's true. I'm like the ugly duckling that did not belong. I'm like the stolen harp who gives away the song. I'm the hungry wolf who tracks his dinner down by spreading fear. I am fire. By that I mean you don't want me here. Maybe I'm the baby, but that doesn't mean I don't know left from right. And maybe I was born the youngest, but I'll never back down from a fight. My thoughts are lightning fast. I know what's past can't push me further still. My thoughts take flight. You need a warrior to rescue you, I will. Silly you think that victory's a thing I can't achieve. Look at us, I don't retreat. You don't believe. I'm like a monster hiding underneath the bed. I'm like the feathered fairy queen that falls down dead. I'm the ghost who moves from room to room to cry in misery. I'm a miracle. By that I mean you don't believe in me. I may be young, but still I know I'm destined to succeed, and I will be enough to take the lead. Silly me, I'm like the child who has knotted up her string. I'm like the sister who does not know anything. I'm the granddaughter who wants to do right by her family. I am magic. By that I mean you don't believe in me. I was like, button? Button.
Oh, yeah. Let's put a chord there. Yay, that was I Am Fire. And now we're gonna do a little switcheroo. We're not switching anything. I think I'm just like bringing a stool over.
Nice. I grabbed it from underneath me. That was weird.
Wait, what?
I just like hold it over.
Classic.
Ha
Ha ha
ha. Yeah. So Adarna asks Lola about this magic bird that she sees in the whisper, and Lola reveals that she's like seen this bird before, and she believes it to be their ancestors watching over them. Meanwhile,
with Diego having been turned into a werewolf, spells are permanent. You can redirect them, but spells are permanent. He is a werewolf now. The siblings' relationship kind of continues to strain as they compete to lead the family. The next song is about them, and it's about siblings. And as you can tell, this musical that we've created is an actor-musician musical. And when we worked on this in the past, we just had a lot of fun just trying to figure out what the orchestrations are and how we can make them intentional. So this is one of the songs that we love to perform because the siblings only accompany themselves. They don't accompany when someone else is singing. At least in this particular song, that's true. I know, right? Selfish. All right. This is called Grown I Am. I was sick 6, my Lola packed my lunch in such a caring way. She did that every day. Then one time in the cafetorium, some classmates came in close to tell me that my food smelled really gross. So my lunchbox smelled like garlic, soy sauce, rice, and Spam. I learned not to apologize. Oh, look how grown I am.
I was 12 and in a brand new school. Some kids asked me my name. I said Adarna with some shame. I took a breath and I explained to them how it passed down to me from warriors within my family tree. They tried to scramble letters like it was an anagram. I learned not to apologize. Oh, look how grown I am.
Oh, look how grown I am, 'cause I was raised to stand up and be proud. I may not have the answers, but I'll say the questions loud. And if I'm hurt by you, or if you're hurt by me instead, sticks and stones may break our bones, and they're just words and nobody is dead.
I fight my brother.
I fight my sister, and I know what knives to twist. It's on a laminated list.
I'm sometimes sorry.
I can be sorry, but even after all these years, I won't fall for her crocodile tears.
I see him cry and play like he is just a hologram.
I learned not to apologize, 'cause I don't give a damn. I never have apologized. Oh, look how grown I am. I never have apologized. Oh, look how grown I am. Thank you. Okay, great. Yes. Justin guitar. Yes. Justin guitar. Oh, and this can go away. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Just scooting over here, doing a little dance.
I was telling Rheanna before we started, I was like, just so you know, I'm one of those people that, like, I can't let there be silence. Like, if we have to move something over, have to switch instruments, I'm probably gonna talk all the way through it, because, like, I'm just like, I feel like someone should be talking.
And every time I have a mic in my hand, I have to talk into it, even if it's not important.
That's the rule.
That is the rule.
Oh, God, this song. Okay, cool. Hey,
Wait.
dope. All right, so, okay. So this is a song. You're like literally
was
in
on the
our
wrong
set list. It's like I pick up a guitar, Rheanna goes to the piano,
And then we're
but
like,
we
"Oh
didn't
my
look at
God."
like why.
Just follow the rules of the page.
Okay, so obviously a huge part of this musical is our like Filipino American identity and our Filipino American like experience growing up in this. We both grew up in Seattle. I don't live here. I still live in Seattle. Rheanna does live here, so like be friends with her if you're not already friends with her.
Yeah, I love friends.
She lives here, and
love
she's so
friends.
much fun to hang out with.
Aw.
You are. You're like a fun person.
Why'd you say that so high?
Yeah. You're a fun person. No, you are. So, being Filipino American, growing up in Seattle, you know, we grew up in very white spaces, and so we kind of like navigated a lot of like, where do we fit? And so that question comes up with these siblings. Diego asks Lola at some point about food. He asks her about like, I tell my friends what my favorite Filipino dishes are, and they all tell me, oh, that's Spanish. Oh, well, that's actually Chinese. And so he asks her, like, well, if everything that we have that I love is, like, from somewhere else, then what is actually ours? Like, people say Filipino pride, but, like, where does that come from, especially with all of the trauma that Filipinos have gone through in the generations, colonization and dictatorships and all the things that kind of make you question, like, where do I fit and where do I belong? So this is a song that Lola sings to try and answer that question. Everyone is lost at sea. It isn't only you and me and us. It isn't just our family. Our people aren't the first to feel the fire. We've been burned before, and we still seek refuge from the cold. It doesn't mean that we ignore the wound, but our response to pain can be controlled. We see it, we feel it, we take it all inside. No one is claiming to be untouched by the kings who claimed us on their godly sacred missions. No one here made this situation, so why would we fire blame at our recipes and traditions? So you asked me for answers, asked me to say there's some secret to why we feel this way, but there is no one. We belong to no one. We belong to them, they thought. Everything they liked of ours they kept, and everything that they did not, they tried to demonize and to demean and to reject. They made us feel broken. They made us feel like we belong to no one. A bird without a feeder, a people without a leader, savages cast away with no one. They saw us as hostages, helpless and lost, the horse led astray. And we tried to reach out, we tried to connect, but there was no reason why we should have expected them to know us. When we belong to no one, no one, no one understands what you've been through. The only one who does is you. Generations that we've witnessed, branches of a tree. We felt lost at sea, and maybe we are lost, but we are lost and free. No one will tell us who we are or make us feel alone. No one will make us feel ashamed of how we claim our throne. So feel the fire burning inside of you, 'cause who else alive can feel this pride? There is no one.
No one.
We belong to no one.
We belong to no one.
No one.
No
No
one.
one.
No one.
Thank you. All right, y'all. So, the next part of the story is gonna get like intense. So we're just gonna take a little content breather right now and play you a couple songs from other things. Because we promised. That would have been hilarious. We promised some like halo halo. We
Mixy
promised
mix.
to like mixy mix a couple of our original songs from our other works into this. So we're actually going to, Rhianna and I have been friends for like many, many, many years and collaborators for a really long time. And while We Battle Monstress Before is the first musical we created together, it is not the only musicals we've written.
Wow.
Rhianna herself is a playwright, composer, lyricist, singer-songwriter. She has several musicals that are all freaking beautiful. So right now she's gonna share a song from one of those musicals.
Yeah, this is from the first musical I've ever wrote. It's called, the musical is called Breakup, and this is the opening number. My first year of junior high, I learned feelings are shit and boys make you cry, so I swore to myself I'd never go through it all again. Then that following summer, I made a foolish mistake, followed my heart blindly, but before I let the circumstances get to me, I told him meet me in the park at 3. Hey, you look great. Sorry, this is so late notice, but I'd like to talk about us. Here, have a seat. Danny, you know, I think you're pretty neat, but I also think it's not you, it's me. We're moving too fast to swoon, and while you make me swoon, I honestly just need some time for me. It isn't something you've done, no, really, I'm the one with so much on my plate right now, and I can't make you wait around for silly little me. But gee, I'd hate for this to end. Let's stay friends. Hey, you look nice. Sorry, I slept through your phone call twice, but why don't we talk about us? Come and sit down. Tim, I think you're the coolest person in this town, but I also think, yeah, it's not you, it's me. It turns out I'm someone's bride. My childhood cat just died. I'm moving to Belize tomorrow night. My twin's been playing you, kid. I swear it's nothing you did. My life's sorta out of whack, and I don't wanna hold you back. Though we may not be soulmates, I would hate for this to end. Let's stay friends. And just like let all my problems escape me before they turn into anything. And just like let I said all that I needed to say without needing to say a thing at all. To James, to Jimmy, to Richard, to Paul, to Todd, to Fernando, to Clay. Hey, you look swell. I'm a bit of a mess, as you can tell. But anyway, let's make our way to that bench.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm
What are we
excited.
about?
I'm excited for whenever that show happens next.
Aw.
It's you'll love it. You'll love it. It's like that. It's bops like all day. Bops all day.
All day.
Yeah.
It's also
Rheanna.
like completely sung through.
It is. It's like a freaking
It's
opera.
like a long song.
It's like one long
really
song.
Long song.
Oh my God, yeah. We've worked on each other's original work a lot over the years, and I've done like 2 workshops of Breakup Bench, and I remember one of the first times we like ran through all the material in total, and we were like, yeah, it's a 90-minute show, and it was like 2 hours and 15, and so we were getting to like the climax, like where like the protagonist is like learning something, and like, oh, it's so beautiful, but the only thing that's running through Rhianna's head is like, this show's too long. Oh my God, we have to speak. Oh, this show's too long. Ah! It was like hilarious. And afterwards, I just remember you being like, it's 2 hours. But even
blocked
if it
that
were,
out of my memory.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so traumatizing.
I'm here to remind you.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I'm here for. Like, we're not siblings in real life, but we are.
But we
And
are.
I'm here to remind you of all of your trauma.
Thank you.
So,
So much.
I'm also going to perform an entire musical right now. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. There's Shaker at the beginning. It just starts with Shaker by itself. The first musical I ever wrote is a musical called Lizard Boy, which recently made its New York debut, its off-Broadway debut. And my coworkers are right over there, my lizards.
Hey.
Yeah, and it was awesome. We were at Theater Row for a month, and I wish we were there for longer because it was my debut as my New York debut as a writer and as an actor, and it was just a blast. And it might have been the experience where and even my partner came and saw it. Hi, Tyler. I think he's at work. He's on the West Coast, so it's 5 p.m. over there or something. But he came here, and both of us were like, we could live here probably. We could live here. So in the future, to be coming attractions, Tyler and Justin in New York. Oh my God, my mom's watching this. It's not that big of a
Surprise!
It's not gonna be for a while. Oh no. I just started a whole thing. My phone's about to blow up. Okay.
What's going on right now? No.
Oh no. All right, so we're gonna sing the This is literally, we gig, but for some reason when we gig together, it's just chaos. It's just absolute chaos.
What do you mean?
And we wouldn't have it any other way. So we're gonna sing the title song from Lizard Boy, which is really emotional and really driving rock, but we're not gonna do it that way today. We're gonna do super easy and chill, ballad. So, yeah, this is just a fun thing we just came up with, and I'm just excited to share it with you.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, I let myself believe that something had begun. Whoa, whoa, I let myself be taken by a dream, but now it's time to run, it's time to fly, it's time to kiss this dream goodbye. In all these actions I mistook, it always ends the same. I have all this to blame, because I'm just a boy who looks like a lizard. Lizard boy run, lizard boy fly, lizard boy do what you can to get by. The city teases me and breaks between the rain, while I'm thinking about my life, mostly thinking about my pain, thinking about how I must look on the surface. What's absurd is he had me feeling things and questioning my very purpose. Was I supposed to leave my room and take a step outside? Was I supposed to take it measure for measure or subdivide? Do I hide behind the scales best as I can to protect the human being no one's seeing, so I don't have to reflect on my character? If you don't like me, I don't need details. I'll just say you made a judgment about me based on my scales. I'll say that you are shallow and I'll leave the fault with you. Say you didn't like the scales, but that isn't true. Lizard boy run, lizard boy fly, lizard boy do what you can to get by. So now I'm on my own, better to be alone, better for me alone to lead you off my phone. My heart is made of stone, my brightest parts are shown, so don't come back cause there's no need to atone. I'll say sayonara to you, the last I'm thinking of you, the last I'm drinking of you, and I will never love you, there's so much more above you, and I've just had enough. You don't want me, I don't want you, and that's not true. Lizard boy run, lizard boy fly, lizard boy do what you can to get by. The truth is I'm what's wrong. I have been all along, but I am worthy, I am strong, and I'll change how this story goes. In this reflection I could cry, but I would no longer know why, cause this is how I look, and I won't change. This is my nose. Whoa, whoa, it was a better choice to hide. Whoa, whoa, you took my hand and you reminded me of who I am inside. My My heart is free, I won't be stopped from being me. It's time to live, not just get by. Yoda says do, there is no try. I'll give myself back all I took. I'll right what I've done wrong, and I'll rewrite the song. Because I'm just a boy who, 'cause I'm an awesome man who looks like a lizard. Oh, that was fun. All right, y'all. Okay, back to business. Okay. Listen. Okay. When last we left our heroes, Diego was just turned into a werewolf. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, we belong to
Oh,
no
and
one.
then we
Yes,
had-
okay, great. I know where we are. So continuing to track through as Adarna is remembering her life, we flash forward to, I hate this string so much. Just be in tune. I can't talk and do this at the same time. It's so confusing. Okay, flash forward to the Whisper, where 18-year-old Adarna and her brother Diego are in a battle with a giant serpent. The giant serpent is trying to eat the Whisper and eat the bird inside the Whisper. So they're trying to defend the Whisper. Diego is wielding a sword, and Adarna, who sees the magic bird and is inspired, decides to cast a spell to try and make the sword giant. I'm gonna move this stool. I just realized I don't need it anymore.
Bye, stool.
Bye, stool. In order to create to make the spell happen, to make the sword giant, she uses ube crackers from her fanny pack, which are delicious.
They're so yummy.
They're so good. Ube crackers. I said that to someone, and they were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "You don't know?" Okay. It's.
Thank you.
They're so good, though. She crushes them into dust, and then she blows them at Diego and the sword. But she messes up the Tagalog again, and instead of making the sword bigger, she makes everything bigger. So Diego becomes a giant, and the sword becomes a giant sword as well. Giant Diego defeats the serpent very easily, because now he's a giant. But spells are permanent. So now Diego is a giant werewolf. It's very sad. Lola arrives just in time, and they're like, "Lola, fix this," and Lola's like, "This is too big too big a spell to redirect. This one is actually out of my hands." So Diego runs away from home, and lives on his own, and I feel like Avengers Endgame right now. 5 years later. No, what? So now, this is insane. 23-year-old Adarna learns that Adarna and Lola are having a heart-to-heart, and Adarna learned from Lola that it was never Lola's intention to pit the siblings against each other. Lola's intention was to teach both of them so that they both can lead the family together as a team. So Adarna feels very foolish, and after years and years of getting things wrong, she decides that the best course of action is to cast a forgetting spell on Lola and Diego so that they forget that she ever existed and they can move on without her. She figures this is the only way that everyone can move forward and things can be the way, because she's like, no. But like most of her spells, this one backfires as well. And this time it backfires on Lola. So this spell, unintentionally, it's a spell that she used pandesal. She blessed the pandesal, and then she kind of gave it to Lola as a gift. Lola took a bite, and immediately she started a very slow, excruciating process of transformation, wherein she starts to transform into a bird.
Lola's arm is now a wing. Lola's toes are talons twisting as they sting. Soon Lola is understanding everything Adarna tried to do. And she forgives. Seeing this transformation through will be the last that Lola lives.
I'm out of time. It's almost over. I've brought her closer to the end. It's too late to mend, and Lola is dying. There's no point in trying to pretend that things will be good, because if I could destroy this spell, I swear I would. But I am not strong. How did I let it go so wrong? Long ago, a greedy stranger made a wish for more. Surprise, the guy was rich. What reason was he wishing for? The wish was granted, he got more rich while the poor got poor. A beast appeared and drove them to the streets. The monster had green eyes and sneered through shiny golden teeth. The rich man never knew about the monster he unleashed. An 8-year-old Adarna saw the pain and suffering, and something took a hold of her, a whisper from an ancestor. She reached into her fanny pack and found some garlic cloves. She crushed the cloves between her palms, white eyes and an eerie calm. She said some words she thought she didn't know. Protektahan ang mga taong ito. Protect them all. Maraming salamat po. She hadn't learned those words, and yet she felt them in her bones. She made magic, and she did it on her own. The monster vanished, and the people thought they had been blessed. The rich man kept his riches, but never felt happiness. Adarna felt a spark igniting right inside her chest. She wanted to learn everything, ingredients to recipes, the kinds of sacred knowledge only grandmother could teach. But she was not the only one, and her dream seemed to come undone as he gained knowledge that she couldn't reach. So when she turned age 23, with fun to sell from the bakery, she rolled to Lola's with the bread and closed her eyes and said, "Palayain mo ako. Release me from this legacy, release me from her hold, set her free from me and me from her. This is the only way. Let me go in peace and let her fly away." I never meant to burden you or anyone. I can't be held responsible for what I've done. I was not taught everything, so I do what I can. I am fire, I am magic, I'm unwavering, look how grown I am.
Thank you. I don't know if that helped. I just wanted to move the mic. I wasn't sure if you could see her over there. So I was just like, anyway, I just wanted to, great. Okay, perfect. Dope. Okay. Cool. So it's quite a low point for our friend Adarna. So Diego comes to her and tries to encourage her to just talk to Lola, make peace with her. This kind of a transformation is something that like, theoretically you could survive a transformation like this, but at Lola's age, it's unsafe, and so it's not a transformation that she is likely to survive. So because of that, Diego is trying to encourage her to make peace with Lola, and Adarna is, just very much like not ready to. She just can't. So he sings this next song to her. This song is actually the first song I ever wrote for this musical, and I wrote it on not January 6th, January 7th, 2021. Something happened, and then I wrote a song. And I thought I was writing this about, something that was political. And then I realized I was writing it for myself, and I was writing it for this show. So this is We Battled Monsters Before. You feel like you're the only one on earth who feels like you. You feel the sorrow splinter in your skin, and that feels new. And I know I'm the last one you want to listen to. But you know better. We put the crosses on the wall, we put the crystals in the hall. We light a candle for our ancestors who whisper in our ear. We tangle hands across a flame. We take their strength and take the blame. We are the ones who bend, so no one else will have to hear. We've battled monsters before. We've let our guard down and let them hear. And when they crawl to our door, we look them dead in the eye, no fear. We fight these ghosts, even if we weren't the ones who raised the dead. You have gifts you can't ignore, she said. We've battled monsters before. You really think that she'd so easily give up on you? When half the trials in your life are trials she put you through. You think she'd break in half when she is met with something new. Well, you know better. Past the entryway talisman, past the blackest obsidian, that's where we would find her writing intentions on a bay leaf. Then she'd set it on fire, burn it down to a spire that she'd drop into the soil of the spike ficus and say, we battled monsters before. And when they threaten to storm, we stay. They put their weight on our door, but we turn predator into prey. We fight these ghosts, even if we weren't the ones who raised the dead. When you thought you couldn't give much more, she said, we battled monsters before. These cuts, they scar deeper than the eye can measure. That's who we are, digging for the cursed treasure. We release, then we resolve, and we defeat, then we
We've battled monsters before, and every monster has looked like this. And as we grow, there'll be more, 'cause every monster comes from a wish. Take it from me, take it from the scars that you can see, and all the wounds that were yours. You've battled monsters before. Thank you. Woo! Woo! All right, y'all. Lit. Okay, great. So,
Slay.
The words of the day are lit and slay. Use it in a sentence before you go to sleep tonight. Okay, so the next last bit, this is the end of the show. We're coming to the end of like the musical We Battle Monsters before, and we kind of figured like
Well, just like
maybe we'll just like
do the.
we'll just do it for you. We'll just like do the rest of the show for you, if that's cool. People at home, what do you say?
I agree. Yeah.
Lit. Slay. All right. Okay. All right. Ha ha ha. So Diego sings that song to Adarna. Adarna gets an idea.
We release, then we resolve, and we defeat, then we evolve. As soon as the spell is spoken, its power is respected. A spell cannot be broken, it can be redirected. I know how I can fix this. I know what I must do. I'm running to the whisper, and I will rescue you. You're the door to my past. You're the lines across my hand. You're the wound in my soul I do not yet understand. You're the best of me, and I will be a beacon of a flame. I am fire. I will stand and feel no shame. I run into the forest. I trip over the branches. The wind blows like a chorus that sings of second chances. I knew not what I wished for. I knew not what to do. But I'm here at the whisper, and I will rescue you.
Adarna pulls bay leaves, a pen, and a box of matches out of her pocket. She closes her eyes and feels the warmth of the whisper. The words appear in her mind. Bitawan mo siya at kunin mo na lang ako. She writes those words on the bay leaves and burns each one end to end. And then she looks up and sees the magic bird in the whisper.
I call out to the bodies that were colonized from the bellies of crocodiles who became the stuff of lore. I call out across the glowing embers of a burning story. I call out to the babaylan long before me. Bitawan mo siya at kunin mo na lang ako. Payagan mo akong lumipad and let her go.
Adarna starts to change. It's painful and it's strange and yet serene.
Lola, you're the root of my roots. You're the source of all my pain. You're the joy of my soul, and I love you all the same. You're the life I make, and I will take the burden and the blame. I am fire.
Adarna's arm is now a wing.
I am fire.
Adarna's toes are talons twisting as they sting.
I am fire.
Adarna's breaking, but she doesn't feel a thing.
And no one will destroy this flame.
Thank you. We come back to present day at the Whisper as Adarna continues to remember.
I remember a hand. I was there at the Whisper. I felt the spell take me, and I was nearly a bird, and then a hand reaching out from the Whisper. And I took it and stepped in. The magic bird.
Was you. Was always you. You sacrificed yourself to save Lola's life. In that moment, the Whisper saw you for the hero that you are and granted you the thing you wished for most: more time. You became the magic bird, the power of the Whisper, for as long as Lola was alive.
I've been released because
Lola died this morning. She sent me here to come get you.
And you are?
Diego, but everyone calls me Junior.
Diego had a son.
And 2 daughters. You're a tita times 3. I'm the youngest.
How old are you?
30.
30. That means Lola must have lived to be
110, thanks to you.
Wow. I wish I could have seen her one last time, seen what became of her.
Still foggy, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Remember, you were there inside of the Whisper where all of time exists as one. You were in there for 40 years, but you look like you were in there for none. Identical to all your pictures, but then when all is said and done, you were in there for all of time.
I remember last week you came here with Lola and she barely leaned on her cane. She was so close to death and she knew it, and yet she still ran through the rain. Her leathery voice full of joy and of peace, she said, I feel no pain. And I remember. She said, you wanted so badly to be a guide for this family, but it turns out you've been guiding this family for generations. She called me Ibong Adarna. She blew me a kiss, and she left. And I blink, and there she was, 50 years before, saying a prayer for my parents. And I blinked, and there she was, a teenager, eyes bright with so much hope. And I blinked, and there was a 15-year-old Adarna squeezing lemons onto her brother's wound. And I blinked, and there was an 18-year-old Adarna blowing biscuit dust on a sword. And I blinked, and there I was, yesterday, turning into a bird. I reached my hand. I took the hand. And I blinked, and there was Diego.
We see Diego in a memory. Hey. I don't know if you can hear me. This feels really foolish. I've been coming here for a while, but Lola says time is weird here, so any of my visits could be the first time you've seen me and you haven't seen the other times yet. So in case that's true, several years ago, I fell in love. Now I have a daughter. We named her... Anyway, I hope you get to meet her soon. I asked Lola, and she says, you'll be in there until she dies, which, if I'm being honest, is gonna take a really long while. But we'll be here waiting for you. No rush. There's always time. Thank you for everything.
I see it. I feel it. I take it all inside.
Junior calls out, ready to go?
You go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Are you sure?
I'm already there.
Junior smiles and leaves. Adarna looks up at the whisper.
You're still in there. I know, because I remember this moment. I remember the image of me standing right here, speaking to you. At the time, I couldn't quite hear what I say, but now I know. Ibong Adarna, listen closely. As long as you live, don't ever forget.
Blackout, end of play.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here, right here. Thank you everyone at home for being here at home. We're so in love with this musical. We're so happy that we got to share it with you in this way. This was really freaking cool. And we are actively seeking developmental opportunities for this musical. So if you want to give us a workshop, anyone? Or know someone who wants to give us a workshop, hit us up. We're on Instagram. Our names are our names. So find us there. Because we want to workshop the show, and we really want to do it with a third actor playing Lola. That's never happened, so we really want to make that happen. Thank you so much to the Green Room 42. Thank you, Adrian, for being our wizard. Thank you. Thank you, Arts West Playhouse and Gallery, for commissioning this show in the first place. Thank you so much, Rhinebeck Writers Retreat, for giving us a week to like stew and to dream and watch swans, swim in really like toxic water, I've heard.
Yeah. They're really powerful. They're magical swans.
They're magical swans, yeah. We're just gonna sing one more song for you. It's not from We Battle Monsters Before, but we wanted to admit that a lot of, if you know me, my musicals really, they don't end in a big like grand anything. It's just kind of like really quiet. I really like that thing for some reason. But we didn't want to do that to you here. We wanted to give you something. So. So we're gonna sing a song that Rheanna wrote.
It's just like my little love letter and hug to myself and other people who need it. This is called Running. Dear me in the mirror looking downward, it's okay to take the day to cry into your shirt, frown when you're hurt. Dear you in the eyes of somebody who loves you to guts. Life can be tough, but know you work capable and worthy and deserving of the kinds of wants you want.
I want you to see that all of this running is not 'cause you're weak. It's 'cause you believe.
You belong where happy is. You've been strong, go after it. And run, 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 on. Dear you with the world on your shoulder, take a break before you break it. Isn't fair that you carry all that weight on your own.
Dear you with the hopes for tomorrow, hold on tight. It's one long fight, but you are so ready to give it your everything. Hold on to that light.
I want you to see
That all of your hurting is not 'cause you're weak. It's 'cause you believe.
you belong where happy is.
Where happy is.
You've been strong, go after it.
Go after it.
And run, 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 run on.
Run, run, run,
Run, run, run, run on.
run, run, run.
Run, 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 run on.
Running, running, oh.
Run, run, run,
Running, running, oh.
running, 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 oh, running, 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 oh, running, running, run.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Justin.
I'm Rheanna.
We battled monsters
battled
before. Thank you.
before.